Hello, Sagittarius, to your timeless, love variant reading, where we talk about anything that wants to be talked about in regards to however love may be either present or absent in your ether. Please know that if you are a Sagittarius in your Sun, Rising, and or Jupiter position, you may find that this reading may offer you universal justice. If you are seeking for emotional redemption, I ask that you check out my sister channel for further content. To know that energies of masculine and femininity are non-gender specific, and as always, past, present, and future energetical timelines could always come forth within a reading. All right. I feel like first off, I would like to disclose that if you are a returning listener to these readings and you find these love variant readings to be deep or linear or however, I don't know, the philosophical reason as to why it's always about you is because you are here looking for more and something that isn't yours. And you want something that is not yours to be yours. So in that case, if that resonates, nothing externally can ever validate that it is to belong to you or to be possessed by you or controlled by you. It is a union of acceptance and consent. It is a union of harmony, and at the same time, it persuades itself to maybe allude to having drama and chaos in order to get peace. There are several of you who are enjoying life. At the same time, there's a deeper tune, just like Leo energy, as to why the metronome of self is off and off kilter at this time. Like there is an imbalance. Your antenna to all is separate from you, and to reach it only can come through you and your own thy making. Anything external that is in requirement to assist you to reach capacities within is 1, purpose, 2, coincidental, 3, luck, 4, miracle, chance, and consequential. Perspective is key into shaping this world as much as perspective is key into disciplining self to reach decisions or learn decision-making skills. And I'm hearing that is all that will be said about that. So let's get crack-a-lackin' into your reading, Sagittarius. Wait. All right. The cup runneth over. Give me 1 second, I have to fix this cable. All right, now, let's try this again. Please know I am, yes, a master healer. I am not someone who enjoys labels. However, I am a master healer. My practice of Zelle is one of a kind. And one, if you'd like further information about it, feel free to reach out. At the same time, there's a reality that houses it to be quote-unquote real, whether you understand it to be my reality or not. That is up to you to journey on your own. And what rings true to that is if any of my own personal messages read by 7th, of which is that I am, resonates with you. There's a song on rhyme and reason that comes with these energies, and they may provoke cognitive dissonance now, in the past, or down the line. Who knows? At the same time, this energy participates itself to being a residential energy. A residential energy, yes, I said that. A residence, a place, a homage, a feeling of being grounded and being steadfast and reassured, and feeling complex and contradictory at the same time, feeling satisfied and overactive, and overall you're feeling the sense of nourishment. All right, it all is going down to streamlining itself, to highlighting that energy onto you. Seventh, the reader of which it is that I am, is appreciating the energy that is focusing on you, the listener, at this time, because you are embodying this beautiful energy of luck, of taking the biggest energy of Jupiter in the realm of consciousness awareness to participate in a world in your favor. And that's where you are coming across experiences and chance that seem like as if it's out of luck, and it's not necessarily out of luck. It is in the way, and not in the way of, but it is literally in the flow of the way. So that's where you're receiving a lot of nourishment without you really maybe even knowing about it, because this is a major arcana and energy. All right, this is still proof that you don't see something coming where something is off. Your antenna is separate from you at this time. Four of Cups, the reason being is because of distractions, okay? Four of Cups is one alluding to maybe when you take meditation or yoga, you're still in a realm that, although you're in a community or social aspect of maybe other people participating in this act of higher accolades, higher frequency vibrational change, and energy awakening and consciousness recall, all that embodiment of work, there are still subtle distractions that are coming through that make it almost impossible to feel the euphoria that is meant to be or advertised to be in these sessions. And Ether is making you start pondering why. Okay, why is that? And what you're not seeing is a pattern of the matrix that you are a part of, that you are actually asked to help change and not use. You're supposed to change the accolades that you can change within the matrix that you're in, because there is no going outside of this social matrix. However, the inner thy journey of self and inner chi, of being in the way, allows you to determine what things subtly come off as distractions for then being in the way of your being in the way. Do you understand here? Run that back if you didn't. 10 of Wands. Burdens. Okay, like lots of heart emotions needing to be processed at this time. Chaos, yeah, 5 of Wands. A lot of wounding, a lot of warrior wounding here. A lot of spiritual warriors. Some of you have trying to sit with nature, and even then are not really getting juiced up with her anymore, because what you're not, again, seeing is that she has juiced you up so much, but you're just not activating those codes. 9 of Swords, because you're stuck in trauma. You're stuck in a false sense of behavior. There's a false narrative, a false ego, a falseness in your reality that you are seeing as your supposed law of attraction, but it's not. It's not. The root of that knowledge is not coming from pure Karayasata Allah Christic vibrations. So now that you've been made aware, and that brings a sort of comfort, holy shit, comfort, you can make a decision. You're not separate from making this decision. You're not separate from not being honored to be on the linear path of being in tune with your antenna. Six of Swords, however, there's movement that is required. You need to give negative energy movement in order for it to not house and be so dense anymore. It's very scientific here. And maybe your emotions don't allow it to see it that way. Yet there is a finite principle of law of justice that needs to be understood to make clarity to the many cycles that you have developed over these years. With the 9-9 being here. 2 of Cups, yeah. Being on your way here, 6 of Swords, with refining your relationships. Your patterns that have been on repeat that are not working for you are because they're intertwined in certain patterns of relationships that you have a hard time letting go of. That you have a hard time putting space in between and saying that you need to take yourself away from that for a moment just to replenish, re-nurture, regain, in order to then, if need be, readdress these issues, readdress this person, revisit this person, spend time with this person or people, family, friends, colleagues, whatever. Your energy, Queen of Wands, fire energy, the ego is being very refined. Like I said, you're in communication and in a lot of activity of social engagements. You are naturally looking forward for that and also naturally putting yourself in these positions. So it's not like you're not really wanting to participate. That's not the question. It's more of there's not a lot of enriching things coming probably from this energy at this time, and it may have to do with just hearing mixed messages, like being called into the situation because maybe your maturity is that, oh, you find that person very beautiful, and because that person is very beautiful, little did you know, yeah, you didn't mean to have that sense of compliment towards that person being beautiful and then also want something sexual from that person, but learning how to be attracted to somebody. And maybe that lesson being turned into that person wanting to work with you, and then you had, but it didn't really work in your favor, is because the lesson wasn't about what you already learned and you were like, all right, I can accept this rendezvous or this friendship because I don't want to have sex with you. It's more so of what you're not seeing is you continuously put yourself in situations where you allow that person to perhaps come into your life because you think you have something to learn. There's something incomplete within you. Instead of reaching that compliment on your own of that person is beautiful, let me go make an acquaintance of myself. And then the emotional relationship develops. You don't want the physical, yet the spiritual lesson is, do you understand what a true compliment is without it needing to satisfy you or to even satisfy the person that you're complimenting? Because it is something that you can give without it needing to energize this reaction back to you. And that's all through the lessons of the Lover's energy. Because through this Lover's energy, you're developing a really adept, eccentric, honorable, and determined ego about yourself, which the universe loves because she's not banning it. She's not saying don't continue this path, but she is saying be careful of the deception that fucking comes through. And then the 7 Swords comes through. I can't stand this card, y'all. This card is right now is giving me a literal headache because this is how much I really despise this energy. I try to see if I can like calm down the energies of hatred every time that card shows up, but I just can't. It really hits. And that's the point of this card, this energy. It hits you personally. And it needs to be understood where that's coming from. It can only ever come because it's coming from your vessel. What you speak on it and what you don't speak on it through your vessel is just as important to make sense of it. That's deception in the root of it. Never fucking knowing. And just using reality as the means to an end to understand what works, what doesn't. Eight of Swords, what works and what doesn't. I mean, overall, it's tying one down, right? I mean, but at the same time, this is an imagery of symbolism of how tight-knit that shit is, all right? It puts you on such a lockhold, but imagine understanding that consciousness is just pure frequency. Once you pick up on the frequency and you chime in with this frequency, you're part of the time that is in the way. So you pretty much cut yourself away from these shackles, from this bind. Universal justice, see? I said she was around. Ugh, death. The ego war gonna happen if it already hasn't happened for you. Majority it has not, because a refinement is going to occur from majority of you. Like it's like 99% of y'all, all right? Even if it's like 2 of y'all clicking on this goddamn reading, the energy is like 99% are not understanding universal justice to the core at this moment of this calendar paganism of whatever date we're trying to put on a daily basis, which is December 24th, 2023. So, I mean, what is to come is a brand new chance to get to know who you are, for lack of better words. All right, just a few more cards. All right, got here 5 of shards. 7 of shards and 2 of stones. Bottom here we have the 8 of swords again, is the 8 of stones and the emperor. Interesting. 3 of swords, there's the heartbreak. I was wondering why I'm looking at the bottom of the deck. I don't really do that. So you're all these emotional steps away from reaching, cutting yourself away from this 8 of swords energy that we talked about. I mean, you're protected in many more ways than one here with the Emperor energy, because it's a major arcana influence here. All right, this is going to go back. This is going to be a journey of questioning gender and identity, what it means politically, what it means in your relationship and your relationship with others, how you're going to communicate, all that jazz. It sounds oversimplified. At the same time, your personal journey does not make it very fucking simple at all. So we're not here to make it sound simple. We're here to address the most bare minimum and then get right along and moving. All right, a lot of universal signs are going to pop up to help you, bring you closer and closer and closer to accepting that there is a light within the darkness of the tunnel that allows you to see the light at the end of the tunnel, so that you're not afraid of using that quote, being in the light of the tunnel and reaching the end, okay? Knowing that it might take time, but literally time is such a relative thing, and the more you become curious to seeing things from a vaster point of perspective, you'll have a fun time learning this path. All right, That is all that I have for you at this time, Saggy. I'm wishing you a wonderful morning, noon, or night, wherever you are in the ether of this time and space. And may you keep flowing, growing, and glowing. Take care.